Going on, gents and fellas? It's another episode of Pokemon Battles, and as you saw, I saw their team, and I was like, okay, I gotta pick up the three smartest ones I think is gonna help me out. But yeah, so here's what we're doing. They're gonna lead off with their freaking Blood Moon Ursaluna, and I'm gonna go with Glimmer. Now, they probably right off the bat wanted to go with something like this, so therefore they don't have to physically attack me and set up all those spikes, which I applaud them. But I did bring Earthworm, and thankfully I did because he can eat up and soak up the freaking Earth power. So therefore it's not going to do that much damage to Earthworm, or nothing at all. But I was so glad I didn't even try and set up any kind of Stealth Rocks, because he goes for a freaking Vacuum Wave, and that does some major damage. And yeah, so therefore, after using my Citrus Berry right off the bat, I do a Shed Tail, and in will be coming in is the main character for this battle. It's gonna be my Annihilate. Now, this Annihilate, he's mainly expecting to attack like 80% of the leftover EVs in HP, and just a little bit of special defense. But here I decided to go for a bulk up because I knew whatever he threw at me, he'd probably destroy that substitute pretty easy. He goes for a Moonblast, and if I was him, I would have gone for like Earth Power, then Moonblast, because then I wouldn't have known he had Moonblast. But so at this moment, I'm like, okay, now I have to Terastallize if I even want to survive anything off this freaking thing. So of course I'm gonna go for a Terastallization, and it's gonna go for a Drain Punch, because this thing is a freaking menace right now, and I don't want to deal with it. The item that I have for this Annihilate is the Mirror Herb, in case anybody wants to do some Dragon Dances or some like Quiver Dances. Hey, freaking Annihilate is right there with them, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, go for that Drain Punch. This thing barely lives with like 10% HP. And yeah, I cannot believe that freaking Moonblast did probably like an eighth of my health. I'm like, holy shit, this thing's very heavily invested in there. But yeah, I just decided I don't want to continue. I didn't want him to Terastallize. I was thinking he was gonna go mainly into like Ghost or something like that, but I didn't want to risk it and go for like Ghost, like a freaking, you know, that one punch, the Ghost move that like, makes you stronger every time. But yeah, so basically I'm looking at this thing, I'm looking at the rest of his team, and I was not expecting for him to go to his Dragonite. So basically I know most Dragonites all have Earthquake or something like that. I didn't want to risk going into anything like bulk up or anything like that. So I just go for a Rage Fist, because it has multi-scale. This thing, yeah, soaks the fuck out of that shit up. And I get a Rocky Helmet. At this point, I know he's gonna go for another Earthquake. I do not want to deal with an Annihilate being dead, so therefore I am gonna go ahead and switch over, and here comes Earthworm. And yeah, so this thing's basically gonna go for fucking Roost. I was like, fuck, what the hell? Like, fuck, if I went for like that Ghost Punch, I would have been fucked. Raging Fist, but whatever. So here I decided to go for some Stealth Rocks. The reason being was a Dragon Claw, Dragon Rush, Wing Attack, Earthquake, or even a like wasn't capable of killing this thing. So because this thing is fully maxed into HP and fully maxed into defense. Sorry about that. But yeah, so he comes out with his third and final Pokemon. Of course, it's Archilodon and shit, and I'm like, fuck, man, this thing is such a pain in the ass. Its stamina fucking ability is so fucking broken, especially in this Regulation H. I was like, I can't touch this thing. So at this point, there really is no point of trying to keep this thing around. it's gonna have to be sacrificed. I'm like, sorry, buddy, but it's gonna have to happen. So, thankfully, thank God, I have a fully maxed out special attacker on the team, and that would be freaking Glamora. Now, Glamora may not have the power to freaking knock this thing out, but I knew it was gonna do at least half if this thing is somewhat invested in special defense. Thankfully, he ain't. This thing is fucking tweaked, but in defense, not in special defense. So he goes for Thunder Wave. I'm assuming the reason why he did that is because he doesn't want this thing to be probably how you say it. I don't know, the logic behind this, I don't know, I just felt like he shouldn't have attacked, and then his next Pokemon could have done whatever, but it's probably because he knows I'm fully spec'd into EV's first speed. So he goes into his Dragonite, and this is probably one of the biggest reasons why I decided to set up Stealth Rocks. In case he wanted to change out, I knew he was going to do some heavy damage to this thing. And yeah, so he goes for Earthquake. He probably should have roosted, suspecting that I should have been sashed, which I totally am. Psych. But yeah, he definitely gets, he gets finessed, and in comes the freaking Power Gem, Stab. Yeah, this thing is gonna go down. And yeah, so there goes the Dragonite, and because multi-scale was broken because of the Stealth Rocks, yeah, that thing is cooked, bro. That thing is cooked. So in comes the final Pokemon again. It's gonna be Archelodon, and he knows that I'm probably gonna go second. And yeah, so he knows what I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna definitely go for that freaking Earth Power. He goes for Body Press, which yeah, so it means he's a little bit spec'd into speed, even with 2 stages down because of that T-Wave, whatever. I don't care. Here's my fucking Demillum, guys. I'm coming into my Annihilate. This thing so far is probably hasn't used his Terra type, which I'm pissed because we haven't seen it. So therefore, if I went for that Drain Punch, this could be probably Ghost Terra type, Fairy Terra type. I was worried. I was like fucking chipping my teeth here, or whatever. But I could just go for the Rage Fist. I do not risk it, and it connects. It KOs. Boom, bam. This is done. We're going up to the next battle. Alright, you guys, as promised, this is round 2 in Regulation H battles. And same team. The reason why I didn't show off the showcase of Pokemon is because this dude literally had Quackable, Pikachu, and that what is it called? The grass starter of this generation. Anyways, he only had 3 Pokemon. I chose 3 Pokemon I did, so I just feel like it wasn't important showing and just wasting a little bit of time. But yeah, we're just gonna get right into this. I'm looking at his team, and I didn't want to even risk putting up a Stealth Rocks, and he's getting right into it. He's setting up what he's supposed to. He's getting that Aqua Step in, the 1+ speed. And well, that's very important. I felt like I had to get off as much damage as I could, so I went for the Sludge Wave right off the bat. But I'm not going for. I was thinking of going for a Stealth Rocks in case he wanted to bulk up or something, but nah, he actually stays in, and he just takes me out before I take him out. So yeah, so that's how first Pokemon goes down. There's 2 layers of spikes when it comes to the toxic spikes now. But yeah, now coming in is Earthworm. Obviously, I'm not gonna send this thing in to be murdered and onslaughted by this Quackable. The point of him coming out is I'm going to terrestrialize him into a Ghost type. I'm going to shed Tail. Why? Because the Pokemon that comes in next is probably the MVP of this whole team. And although the first battle that you guys saw, that was all Annihilate, this time it's going to be Como. I love Como. I love everything about him, the things he can do, especially once he gets his Clanger's soul thing up. But yeah, he basically goes for a CC, a close combat, and yeah, you're not gonna affect me, buddy. I'm a ghost type now. So yeah, I'm just gonna get half my HP stolen, Citrus Berry, get back to about 3/4. Yeah, that's the point. That's the strategy of that. And I'm gonna be coming in with Como now. Como behind a substitute, it's not gonna do anything to my. It's not gonna do anything possibly to this Pokemon right here. But yeah, so actually he is gonna do shit to me. So obviously I know he's gonna use that Ice Spinner move. I'm gonna use Clanger's Soul just to get my speed back up. Now I made the mistake of forgetting that this thing is slightly faster by I think 1 or 2 points. So I was cocky. I was super cocky here. And yeah, my thing fades and I was like, oh shit. This was a oh shit moment that he can, if he gets a critical hit, basically my Como is gone. But yeah, thankfully that doesn't happen. What does happen is I get all my stats up and defense, and both defense, attack, special attack, and 2 in special attack because I have the throat spray. So he's just gonna go for another Ice Spinner, and like I said, I was just slightly cocky here, thinking I was faster, and I totally forgot that I wasn't. Because this must be a Jolly plus like max EVs, max IVs. Yeah, and so therefore he goes first. I could have been killed if this was a critical hit. But yeah, thankfully that didn't happen. Quackable is now down, and now it's going to come in with the last, well not last Pokemon, but he's going to come in with a Pikachu. And I'm not messing around. Like, I did not Terra the Como to a normal type, so therefore I do not get the +2 damage. I'm not taking any risk, and in fact I am going to go for the clanging scales here. So I'm going to get -1 drop, but I do not really mind, and there we go. Pikachu is down. He can't do shit to me. The last Pokemon is the, I forget what it's called, but it's that the Grass Starter Final Evolution. He doesn't even take it out, bro. Check this out. Yeah, he quit, bro. He quit. So that's the end of this one. Now we're gonna go to the third battle. Hey, y'all, so this is the third and final battle, and yeah, so you just saw a little quick glimpse of it. I didn't really give y'all the time of day to analyze that, but yeah, bro. So we're going up with the final one of the day, and this dude, he comes out with the freaking Clodsire, and I come out with Glamora, and I'm not liking this at all, because I am not what you call it. I'm not stab in Earth Power. I know I can damage it, but I know it's gonna do the damage back severely. He just needs 2 Earthquakes and I'm done. So I'm just gonna go ahead and lay up some Stealth Rocks, because yeah, man, I don't want to deal with this thing, this freaking Clodsire. But he does the same thing to me, and from here on out, I know he's just gonna Earthquake. So I'm just gonna go with some Earth Power here, just to get some chip damage. I know it's not gonna be the end of it, but it does some. So he does the same thing to me. He returns with Earth Power, and he gets me down to my Sash. And basically, I'm gonna have to use it, and I cannot exit out, because if it comes back in, he's just gonna disappear. So therefore, I was expecting a recover from this thing, but he in fact didn't do it. That was so strange of this thing to do what he did. But yeah. So I'm just gonna go with another Earth Power, and he just takes me out. I was a little bit confused and taken back upon this move. I was expecting him to recover after I attacked it, knowing I'm gonna go first, but he didn't do that. So therefore, there's the Clodsire just sitting there being pretty bulky strong. I was thinking, yeah, so the reason why I took out Annihilate first is because he happens to have a move I love, and it's called Taunt. So I know this thing is gonna either try and Toxic me or do some Throw Spikes, and I'm so glad I did a Taunt, because in fact he doesn't even do that at all. He tries to yawn me, bro. And yeah, check that out. He goes for a yawn, Unfortunately for Clodsire, it fails and he can't do anything to me now. He can try and attack, but you know, it's just going to be pointless. So therefore, he's going to have to switch out, which he does. And I just go for the bulk up. So it really doesn't matter what kind of Pokemon is coming in this time. He's just not... Yeah, it's Masquerada. Yeah, if I remember what the Pokemon name was. And I'm looking at this thing and I just didn't think it. I didn't think it through. What I should have done is, knowing that all Masqueradas are... I can't even say the word. They're all Masquerada. Knowing that they all have protein, what I should have done was just go for the Rage phase. But I totally like bonked out, and I took off my Terror too, which was the dumbest thing I could have done. This Pokemon Annihilate is freaking bulky. 100, I think 10 on his freaking health, and like 90 in both defenses. This thing is tanky, man, and it hits hard. This is the Adamant Max IV AVs. Adamant, I messed up. He goes for the Play Rough, he changes his type, and I totally forgot about that. Like, I thought about it before, but I just wasn't thinking. Thankfully, I get a good chunk of health back, and mainly due to him just getting the bulk up and him being strong. This had nothing to do with Annihilate's Terror or anything, but I should have done that, because what I do next, I think I switch out because I don't want to burn my Terra. So yeah, I go into Ursaluna, and mine's the Blood Moon. So I'm going into this Pokemon knowing that he could do quite a bit of damage. And yeah, so I just take him out and I put in Ursaluna. Now thankfully, because this is going to happen, Masquerada is going to go down due to the toxic spikes. Now I'm not hugely, how do you say this, like frightened, because Ursaluna, I have some leftovers on it, and the Grass Kitty goes down. So yeah, there it goes. Next, I think what he does is he takes out, yeah, Early Rising, Clodsire again, and basically I'm looking at this thing and I'm predicting a switch. I did not think this Pokemon was going to stay in whatsoever. I did think about going into to my Terra, but ultimately I said fuck it. I just go to Blood Moon, take this thing out, and I was expecting him to go to any of his other Pokemon, but he didn't, which was kind of surprising. So yeah, there we go. There goes to Ursaluna. He gets his lefties again. And yeah, so basically his last Pokemon, I didn't know what it was. I think it was Ursaluna, Dragonite, and a Goldangle. Three of the top three that kind of like scare me. So just looking at this Pokemon, I didn't know what the fuck he wanted to do. I was expecting extreme speed, freaking Choice Bandit, but no, he ends up being Steel. And because I wanted to have a churn at least to go first, I went for it by accident, and like I wasn't gonna hit it with a Blood Moon. I wasn't gonna use Earth Power. I legit thought this thing was gonna be a freaking I legit thought that this thing was gonna be Choice Banded E-Speed, and Terra Normal, but because he fucked up, I realized this. I'm like, bro, I can fuck you up, and my Terra type is the Vacuum Wave fighting type, and like I just go for it. We're gonna use it, and look at this dude, bro. Look at this dude. See, he's frightened. He's like, oh shit. He was probably like choice scarf, freaking oh no, like that thing, that item that makes you flinch. And then he put Iron Head just thinking he can iron me and flinch me to death. Nah, bro. Thing got fucked, bro. Dragonite got fucked. Alright, that's the end of the battles, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the vid. Like, comment, subscribe. Any love would be, and support I would love. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.